So hello everyone, welcome to Garden Chat with Matt and Garden Tea with Farmer Casey on this beautiful Sunday morning. Good to see everyone. For this live stream, I just kind of take a walk through my garden, talk about some projects, some garden things, a lot of the plants in our urban homestead. You might hear. Sorry. And then we'll get inside with some Garden Tea with Farmer Casey. So let's get to that. So what you saw was I took Betty out, our Orpington buff. She's been broody for a very long time, and I want to make sure she's eating and all that. No, where'd she go? There she is. We took her out. Hey, Verna. Hey, Nick. Howdy. So someone's in the commercial parking lot. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'm in an urban homestead here in the Southwest desert, so you're going to hear a lot of that. Hopefully I will be escaping that sometime soon. So good morning, Verna. Thanks for being here. As always, Nick, thanks for stopping in. It's good to see you. I hope your morning's going good out there in Arizona. So we're going to take a quick walk through my garden here. And RG's in here. Hey, RG. I didn't see you. Anyone else that may be in here, welcome. First off, coming around from the chickens, you'll notice those three back there, they're in timeout. They're a gang. And so they're in timeout while I'm doing this because they're trying to beat everyone up. But right here, I have red winter wheat. And so I've cut some down already. You can see it's just about ready for me to harvest. Some of it still has some green on it, so that's what I'm waiting for it to dry out. What you want is for it to dry out and then start to bend over. So let me find. There we go. Kind of hard to focus. I have this bird net on it. I'm going to be taking these poles, bending them over, and putting the bird net on that. The birds are fighting. Let's go check that out, I guess. So everyone still doesn't like Nikki, and I have her running around here. But regardless of the old birds or the new birds, they just try and beat her up. Come here, Nikki. We'll get her. Come here, Nikki. So no one likes Nikki except for us. There you go, Nikki. Back to my garden tour. Cleaning the garage while you listen. Sold and butchered our last quail yesterday. Plan to get more in the fall. How cool, Nick. Yeah, so well, I appreciate you listening there. And so I'm going to be culling all my quail here soon, too, within the next week or two, and then restarting our flock. Okay, there we go. Everyone should be all right. So this wheat I'm going to be harvesting here. And it's going to give me wheat berries. And so I grew this from stored wheat, and that was in, wheat berries that were in containers. I threw it in the ground and grew it. This is going to make either a very small loaf of bread, or it's going to give me seed for next year. Now I'm supposed to be harvesting all this already, and this is where my corn's going to go. And so I need to harvest it, put compost and corn. I'm a little bit late on that. Luckily, my wife's going to let me use some other areas over here to do corn, so I'll be getting on those beds. Everyone's upset this morning out here. These guys are in timeout because they're beating up the new chickens. Nikki's out because the new chickens are beating her up. All right, and so in here, my wife's doing some, and the sun is right where my shadow's covering everything, but in here, my wife's doing some chaos garden. Let's see if I can come around so I'm not standing in front of the sun. More chaos garden. I got some melons and cantaloupes going in here, and they're starting to flower already. There's cover crop that I pulled. So I come out here, I let this cover crop, clovers and things go. I come out here every day or so, and I pull a whole bunch of it and give that to the chickens. They really enjoy it. So this is where I don't really know what's growing here. My wife's got that going. Here's our sunchoke, our Jerusalem artichoke. And you're going to hear that speaker go off again here. There we go. All in here are cucumbers. They're doing good. Those birds are not happy. Nice carrot bed. So all our carrots are popping up. Those are really hard to get on film. Those are just so small. They're all coming up. Our cucumbers died, so I had replanted, and they're coming up. You guys Let's see, Nick says just too much going on. Yeah, Verna, with the meat chickens, you're moving around in the tractor behind the sheep. So then when they're done, you'll be doing quail again. How cool. Nick does sheep. I don't know if anyone's checked out. You can go check out on Rumble. A little bit of toothache plant. These are some of my sweet potatoes. They're growing. They don't seem to be doing whole too well. I planted a lot of onion in here. Not a lot of that come up. Some other work. Cool thing. Look at all these grapes that are forming on our Concord. Oh, I got caught. The Concord grapes. Let's see if I can. There we go. Awesome grape clusters starting everywhere. We'll have a lot of Concord grapes again. And let's see here. I'll have to come back and rearrange all the chickens in a bit. Hey, Yud, good to see you. Good morning. Welcome. We're just kind of walking around the garden for 15, 20 minutes here. And then we get in and have some tea. It's Farmer Casey. No one's under there right now. Oh, yeah, there's someone. There's that egg I pulled. So, coming around, I got some projects I got to finish up still. We're going to be putting the window on here. And then I got to do the roof still. You can see. Finish up the plank and the door. My elderberry, I don't know, it doesn't seem to be doing, it kind of dies off and comes back. Let's see how that does. Catnip. Over here we got watermelon draping over the edge. Chamomile, fennel. There's Betty. Hey, Betty. I don't know where Nikki is. I lost her. There, Betty. They're coming out here in the compost in the morning. Turn things. Oh, your grapes are amazing. You're like me. I forget what my wife planted in the garden. Yep. Yeah, you got it there, Nick. So she likes to hop in the chats a lot and remind me. And so in here, what I got as far as quail going on, this is my batch of quails that I'd hatched out. There's a male and two females, so that's my breeding set. And then in here is all the females, the egg layers. But most all these are going to get culled for my trip, and then I'll redo all these flocks after one of our trips here. And so then solar is doing great in here. I'm going to end up adding that second panel just because I want to add some power to some other things out here. Let's go around real quick. I don't want to take too long. We do miss a lot of things in these, but I just kind of show as I'm walking around. My potatoes are doing great, and I've talked about how I built this on purpose to be able to get to them. Those are all doing well. This is super exciting for me. So I showed you the wheat or the bread part of my PB&J sandwich. My goal is to make, and these are the peanuts. And I tried 3 different packs, and I couldn't get them to go for anything. But they are coming up, and so this is going to be the peanut butter. And then I showed the grapes. So that's the jelly of my PB&J I'm building. This will walk over here. We had a pool in here, but this is the area my wife's going to allow me to put 2 8 foot by 8 foot beds for corn. So those are going to go in here, possibly even a third I might be able to do. And right next to it is going to go, this is our old trampoline that I've taken in half and I'm making into a greenhouse. I've been doing that. Matt, you can always get more hatching eggs at QuailCon. Yeah, yep. So that's kind of part of the plan. And so this is going to be my 14 foot by 14 foot greenhouse that's going to go in here. I put a cover over here on my little gazebo. It's a sukkah, but a sukkah is a temporary structure. So that's why it's not finished, if you wonder. So come Sukkot here this year, we'll be taking this whole top part down and disassembling it. We'll finish up the baseboards, and we're going to redo the top part different and a little bit better. And then next year, we will do the same thing, and that will be the finish of the gazebo. Then it will become a gazebo and no longer a sukkah, if anyone wonders. More sweet potatoes. Got a lot of flowers going. So because of Verna's advice there, with a lot of my mint and other things, I am isolating some of those in pots to keep them, separate and able to move when we do. I did buy a lot of plants this year. I kind of wanted to chat about that just quickly. So we grew a lot by seed. We seed save. We most certainly want to do that as much as possible and know how. However, right now we have a huge urgency, I guess, to get food in the ground, both for our starting business and for us to eat. Now, here on the Urban Homestead, we're a homestead in training. I'm under no illusion that we're producing enough to survive off of, but we are learning how and those skills now. So anyhow, there's some spearmint. We got rid of our pill bug problem. The beans are starting to come back. There's onion there. And then here's okra and beans. They're all coming back. This is a peach tree. I tell the story all the time, but I think it's so cool. I stood out here on the other end of the yard, ate a peach that came from the in-laws tree, threw the pit in the ground, covered, just kind of kicked dirt on it. And then weeks later, I noticed it was a tree. So it's moved around, but that's this tree. And it's got peaches on it. They're hard to find, but they're all over. Well, it will be exciting. We got more fruit this year. So we got this plant. Now this is yarrow. I've talked about this a lot. And we actually have 3 different varieties, of which I will show you now. You and your wife grow so much food in a small urban space. You're so inspirational to many. And I can't imagine how many people will benefit in the future from what you're sharing. Oh, thanks, Nick. Well, that's the goal. That's definitely the goal. And so I highly encourage everyone to do it. I know Berna does it in a smaller area. I know Feathered Connections is in a smaller area than I am, so I am very blessed with what I have. But everyone can do it, and I think now's the time. Definitely get that garden in. If I've learned anything, it is that it is way more than just throwing seeds in the ground. It takes a lot of learning and a lot of work and years to get good at it. Anyhow, I got yellow yarrow. We got the pink yarrow. And here is coming in the white yarrow. They're not quite headed yet. So it's not going to go too well back there. It's too shaded. So we're going to save those seeds as soon as we can and make that plant. All right, I got to hurry. My son's kind of waiting on me. And here I got lavender going and some sweet mint. The buzz buttons are doing great. And so I got some special projects with this planned. We'll be harvesting this thing. Let's do a quick run through here. We'll take about 5 minutes. Got to go. Hey, thanks, Nick, for stopping in. God bless you. You have a great day, man. I really appreciate you stopping in for some fellowship this morning. Have a good one. I hope you get that garage clean. This was my spaghetti squash from Frugal Off Grid that I had got grown. I got it up pretty big, and we had a hailstorm that cut it off and killed it. So I put more seeds in, and that's actually coming back. These I do not want. So these are morning glories, I believe, but the seeds are bad for the chickens. So I pulled those. A couple jalapeno plants. We do plant things in lots of different areas. Onion, there's elephant garlic. Other things in here. We did plant things like Big Macs, pumpkins, and watermelons, and honeydew, different gourds kind of throughout the garden on the edges. And our plan is to let them go throughout the aisles. We'll clean them up. We're just going to have to walk through those. Over here, muscadine grapes. This is Casey's bush. Here's the Egyptian walking onions. They're doing great. They're coming along. Here we got some of our determinate tomatoes. These are ones that came from seeds. There's some beef steaks. And there's that oil. And here's a bunch of basil things that we companion plant coming up. Here is Brussels sprouts. Haven't done a thing. We got cayenne, different peppers. There's snake gourd. All kinds of different peppers in here. Bell peppers, ghost peppers, more jalapenos. Over here's radishes and turnips, lavender and strawberries. Here's the goji berry plant. So it's its 2nd year. Hopefully it will do something. In here we got Greek oregano, rosemary, peppermint, sweet mint, and lemon mint. There is okra and sunflowers. Some of this is aromath in here. Some of it I planted the thumb cucumber watermelons. I don't know what they're called. I'm hoping some of those come up. Rosemary. We got a raspberry, 2 blueberries, and blackberry. Now these were from seed. These are all of our broccoli. These look excellent. This is something I'm real excited about. Never had success with cabbage here. It's either been too hot or the bugs have eaten it up. But look at that cabbage. Oh man. Kimchi and sauerkraut on the way. Awesome. Okay. Let's go grab my camera stand. Let's put my shoes. We're going to head inside for the start of the show. The garden tea with Farmer Casey there. Just remember, Matt, the ones in pots you have to fertilize more often. Excellent advice, Verna. Thank you. Let's do this. Oh, there's Nikki. Hey, Nikki, let's come over here. I don't want you getting these plants. There you go. Go on. Go that way. Go hang out by the peach tree. Because it's sunny over there right now. I don't want to do that. All right. I gotta switch my boots and go inside. Or why that's not ready. All right, awesome. Got my shoes on. I'm gonna turn this camera off. You guys sit tight for just a moment. Grab a tea or snack if you'd like. I'm gonna get Farmer Casey and we'll head into that part of the stream. Yep. Hey y'all.
Hi.
Hey Farmer Casey, how are you today?
Good.
Good. So we got a couple people in here. It looks like Verna's in here. We got J. Mary last one. Hey. Smart use of your Suka. Okay, you caught that. Yeah, awesome. And then we got so Verna, J. Mary last one. Hey, Tracy, Grandma Tracy's in here.
Yeah.
Good to see you. And everyone's saying good morning. So Nick was in here earlier. He hopped off. I thought I saw RG. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Yep, RG was in here. So hi, RG. Yud is in here. Yud P. We got a good group of people in here this morning. Well, hello, y'all. So today is Sunday morning. It's our garden chat, right?
Yes.
Do you feel a little more awake this week?
Yes.
Yeah?
Question?
Okay.
Can I tell a little joke?
Is it appropriate?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
now,
about
if you
eggs.
look at the camera and tell it right there and not the screens, and go.
It's about eggs,
Okay, let's hear your joke.
It's like when okay. So the joke is, do you know what you have to say to chickens? Do you know what you have to say to chickens when they're not when they don't want you to eat their eggs?
What do you say to chickens when they don't want you to take their eggs?
Hocus pocus. No,
Tell the
no,
camera.
not hocus pocus. Bippity boppity, your eggs are my property.
Oh, yes. Bippity boppity, eggs are my property. Okay.
Give me your eggs.
You're funny. You're a funny guy. So what do you got going on today?
Not that much. Summer break.
And summer break?
Started. I got a haircut.
Yeah, we got a haircut. Bubba's not here for a little bit, right? Let's see, J. Mary, last one. I have to be an armchair gardener today because I'm running out of sunny spots in your yard. Too many big trees casting shade. We have the opposite problem.
Yeah.
We need shade.
We need more shade.
So.
That's why we're starting to hang turps everywhere.
Yeah, she's running out of sunny spots. Well, you could get some firewood.
Yeah.
So we didn't get any cooking done this week. Yeah, we didn't get any cooking projects done this week.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I was too busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
And so no cooking projects. We got a lot of planting done.
Yes.
And you helped out a lot with that, right?
Right.
Are you ready for that tea?
Yes.
Okay. Let me go get the hot water. We'll be right back. Here, you sit here and make sure you're appropriate, okay? And scoot your chair back a little bit so I can get by. Excuse me. All right, stay here. Be appropriate. I'm going to go grab that hot water.
Facebook says only place I can plant gets morning sun.
Why don't you tell them, Mom, there's reminding us you made a pizzas from scratch.
Oh yeah, we made Mom made
This week.
pizza.
Well, she made the dough from scratch. I'm gonna
Yeah.
scooch back a little bit. And we made the pizza, right?
Yeah.
We had a turkey pepperoni pizza, which we really enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. We about ready for our tea?
Yeah.
Only place I can plant only gets morning sun. Okay. Well, the morning sun's the best sun. So we have our third and final frugal off-grid tea we're going to try today. This is the green tea, I believe. You ready? Looks like it's got chamomile, green tea, something else in there too. So we'll try this out. We'll let everyone know how it is.
And you can always buy it for yourself.
Yeah, he does sell them. So this is our final one of his teas we're trying. And then next week we are going to try a dried one of ours. And so we'll be showing that hopefully next week or the week within the next 2 weeks. Then as the garden grows, we'll be walking through it more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we did last year. And you want to tell about that?
I don't know what to say.
You don't know what to say. So what did we do last year? How did we do it? Where we walked through the garden?
All right.
And when we did the fresh teas?
Yeah, I don't remember.
You don't remember? So last year we would walk through the garden with the basket, remember?
Oh yeah.
And you would pick out the
pick
fresh
out.
herbs, not the dried ones.
Yeah.
And so we stopped doing that, of course, when the after harvest and all, right?
Yeah. Also, J. Mary Lasson says, I would love to cut them down for firewood, but they are my neighbor's trees. So
Yeah, don't cut them down then.
too bad your neighbor didn't plant fruit trees. They're a little.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Because they get free fruit.
That's true, huh? Well, we have neighbors, commercial neighbors and neighbors. You want to show your little cup there?
All the neighbors.
All the neighbors. Yeah. Wouldn't it be amazing to have like 100 acres away out in the woods where no one is? Okay, first let's pack this and we're going to give it a smell.
Because we don't like neighbors.
Well, we like neighbors. We like people in community, but
We don't like.
it is we need like-minded neighbors. That's what we need.
Yes. Except some people in their family are not that social.
Yeah, well. Okay. Got mine. Try not to move around so much, okay, honey?
Okay.
Thank you.
Sanctified Supply. Hey, shalom. So Sanctified Supply is he's been doing the Snowball Bible readings. That's where I listen in the mornings. Now they're kind of throughout the day.
Oh,
And then also where I've gotten my shirts. I'm not wearing the one today, but some shirts and things. So hey, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in and joining. This is just
yeah.
garden chat and tea with me and Farmer Casey, my son here in the morning. So that's really awesome. If you guys haven't checked out Sanctified Supply Company, they have a really good. He sells really good shirts. Well, certainly with messages we like to promote, right? And then he's been doing Snowball Bible readings. His family does that. He's been doing Snowball Bible readings in the morning, and then throughout the day as well. I've really enjoyed it.
Okay. Spoon. Thingy.
Absolutely, bless you guys. Thanks, man. I know you got a busy day there. Appreciate you taking the time. Appreciate everyone takes the time to check out our streams, right?
Yeah.
And the time's one of the most valuable things that God has given us here. That and our relationships, right, with Him and with us, with each other.
Yeah.
So that's the green tea blend there.
Also, if you didn't hit that like button and subscribe, it helps the channel a lot.
Like and subscribe. Oh, this would be a good time. So we're gonna let this steep for 2 or 3 minutes, right? So it's been going for just a minute. We'll play your little commercial. We haven't done that in a little bit. You want to do that?
Yeah.
We're gonna have another commercial coming out again. We plan on launching your teas in about a month here, but let's do that. All right, let me find your commercial. I didn't have it pulled up. There it is. You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Farmer Casey, and I'd like to share with you my natural garden tea grown on our Southwest homestead. Enjoy!
Now remember, turn volume back on that time.
Yeah.
So that's Farmer Casey's Garden Teas. We're going to be doing kind of small batch things. That's to teach you about entrepreneurship, right? We want to get a good, healthy product out that people can enjoy.
Yeah.
And then hopefully put a little bit of a future aside there for you, or, a little bit aside for something.
January last.
The real benefit of the garden, though, in these teas is, for me, is spending the time out in the yard. I like to pray out there. I like to spend time with you. So building relationships, huge part of the garden. Hopefully we don't need it for survival, but that's there as well.
January last one says good fences make good neighbors.
Yeah. We've been putting up some very tall fences here. So we are most certainly on an urban homestead. We are on a mission to escape the city.
And Mississippi this morning. Yeah.
Do you want honey in your tea?
I
First, let's smell it.
Ow, wait.
Oh, I'm
My
sorry.
leg is stuck in your
So-
chair.
It smells very much so like a green tea with spearmint. That's what's in there, I bet.
Yeah, here you go.
Here, smell. What do you think?
Yeah, no, just put it in here.
Are we done letting them steep, or do you want to let it steep a little longer and be a little stronger?
I think it's good. I like green tea.
Okay, so we got our little teaspoon here that I can grab the bag and squeeze it out.
As long as it isn't any fluid other than tea.
There we go. I could let it go a little longer, but that's okay. I think these are kind of neat.
Yeah, let's grab mine.
Okay, let me take yours out. Oop, snail fell.
Snail! No, rip snail. R.I.P., buddy.
Here we go. People are saying hi. Okay.
Think about it.
Now it's kind of hot. Are you going to try yours right away? Or do you want to do the honey first?
I'm gonna try the honey first. Sanctified Supply Co. says, great job, Farmer Casey.
Grafton Branch Homestead.
Grafton Branch Homestead. Sorry for
Oh.
the videos been all over the place. I figured out that I read more fluently in the evening.
That's fine. That's fine. I was following in the morning, and then it took me a minute to, the way the algorithms work and the notifications, it took me a minute to realize where they all were. But I've been catching up now on it. So you just do it when you can. I just appreciate you doing those readings. They really help me, right? Sometimes the Bible can be hard to understand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. but it's the living word. We need to keep reading it. Sometimes things come out, sometimes seeds are planted, sometimes God chooses to reveal things then in the moment, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for doing those Snowball Bible. You got to listen in the car once. Remember, he went on a little bit later, and we were taking you to school.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think great job too. You do a good job. So this year in the greenhouse, that's gonna be mostly Farmer Casey's, and then we're gonna attach your clubhouse garden shed to it, right?
Yes.
We haven't made a whole lot of progress on that, but last night's stream I was talking about priorities, and those are ones we really need to make, right?
Yeah.
So we'll be working on that more. Most of your plants for your small batch garden teas will be grown in there, right?
Yeah. Also, Dad, I was thinking if we're gonna connect it. Are you thinking about solar panels for like batteries?
So our yard we don't have outlets out there.
Yeah.
So I decided instead of putting power out there just to try and take it off grid in the backyard.
Yeah.
Right?
But I was thinking, because that was our main idea for power for the playhouse, right? Like,
It'll be on there.
But I was thinking, I don't know if this exists.
I already have the battery for it.
I don't know if this exists though.
Okay. What is it? This is really good. So real quick, let me just hold that thought. While I remember, this is an excellent tea, very smooth, good morning tea. Definitely taste the spearmint and chamomile and green tea. It's an excellent blend. So good tea there, John. All right, so go ahead.
I don't know if this exists yet, but what about solar energy? What about heat energy?
So you're talking about geothermal energy. It does exist. And in New Mexico, so this is something I've been kind of studying up on that kind of excites me, but I'll share with you.
But
so
if we put it in the rig house,
yeah,
it could generate.
So there's geothermal greenhouses, which draw heat and coolness a certain way, being underground and whatnot. Then there's a way solar panels get light in the day. That's how they get power. There's also a way you can use that temperature difference between day and night, especially here in the desert where we can have 40 degree, 50 degree temperature differences sometimes. You can use those temperature differences to draw power too. You can also create a thermal battery. Like if you store a lot of water and you use solar panels when the sun's up to heat that water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you can take that heat and use it either for hot water or convert that back into power.
Yeah.
At night. Yep. There's all kinds of cool things you can do for energy, wind, gravity batteries.
Mm-hmm.
We want to do power off grid, but we also want to learn ways of doing it without power. So I showed the wheat this morning. You remember how we store our wheat? Is it just like flour, the most of it?
Yeah.
Well, we store some flour, but how do we store the big buckets of wheat? How does that wheat look? You remember it's in the little seeds, the berries?
All right, yeah.
You remember when we did that video, we made our bread?
Oh, yeah.
We ground it. So the best way to store wheat, because flour can go rancid, is in the wheat berry. And so actually, remember, we took some of those same berries, and that's what we planted out there.
Yep.
So kind of cool. So we're not going to be on too long this morning. I think we'll make it to 40 minutes. That gives us about 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Kind of a short stream this morning. I know you're sleepy. I need to get to some chores to help out before I got to go to work for the man. Furnace saying lasts longer as berries than it does as flour. Yep, it lasts longer. You can plant it, but you can't plant flour.
Yeah.
We could try. Well, we kind of do. When we make our carrot tape, we use flour water.
Well, It would just mold. It would probably just barely fertilize it at all.
Have you tried your tea?
Yeah.
Oh, did we cheer? To a blessed life and a good day, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I did it right, though.
I don't think you did. You want to show your shirt? We like to show it. I usually either have for my streams, I either have my Gardening Beats Starvation one from Papa Pepper, and that was made by Sanctified Supply, or the my other one I have, I like to wear that one as well. And then this one we got from Grandma and Grandpa Tracy, right? And it's Farmer Casey's Produce.
Yeah. Also, this time is a good time for comments if you guys have any.
Oh, yeah. So if anyone has any comments, questions for us, Anything we can answer. We'll give the last 5 minutes to that.
Vase Place says, love that shirt.
Yeah, that was a neat gift from
I
Grandma
love
there.
it as well.
I had my long sleeve on today because the mosquitoes were getting me out in the garden. Yeah. That's really neat, everyone that shows up this morning. You know, seems like we always have our regulars. We always get a couple new people at least, and some good chat. I keep looking at this screen here, so it looks like I'm staring off into nowhere. There we go.
Like Sanctified Supply.
That was really cool.
I know.
It's neat when there's people you. I really let me see. How do I say this? I respect. I really like what they do so much. They have a company that, I mean, even in the name, really supports. What we want to, right?
I mean, like a whole entire company is probably watching us right now.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Grandma's saying, any peaches on that tree? Yep.
Oh yeah. We've seen about 3 or 4 on it.
So I've seen, I think 5 or 6. So not a ton. We kind of got a frost when it started flowering, and I think that killed a lot of them. But
last year we didn't get any, and the year before that we only got like 1 or 2.
Oh, okay.
So, because last year I think the frost was just too big for it.
Yeah.
It was just too harsh.
So we get some crazy frosts and hails sometimes.
Yeah. And Tracy Atkins, he showed 2 peaches earlier. Yeah.
We did. Yeah. Very cool. So what do you guys have going on today? I know J. Mary there said she's going to be an armchair gardener today. And so I know you and Mama will probably kind of do some of that same, watch cooking, gardening videos, I'm assuming.
We just set up our pool.
Sanctified Supply says, I'm glad we were able to catch you live in time. Keep up the great work. Thanks for joining. Really glad you came. And hey, you keep up your ministry, your good work too. So I'm going to I get to spend a little bit of time today cleaning and stuff before I go to work. And I'll be catching up on some of those Bible readings.
Yeah. Also, if you're watching this on replay, you can still put in your comments.
Oh, you want to know something I heard?
After.
Yes, you can leave comments after.
And
I want to mention real quick.
Do something.
So I was listening to Sanctified a little bit, and his son at the end of Sabbath blew the shofar. And so you love blowing the shofar. Bubba's a trumpet player. He can do it pretty good, but we're not real good yet. But he has a little boy there that did it. Yeah. So let's say goodbye. Let's do our like and subscribe. Let me go ahead and get that video up.
And maybe we might even do some things that you guys want us to do.
Oh, yeah, comments, suggestions. Yeah. Farmer Casey, would be great if you made some quail recipes when you harvest the quail. Yep. So we were really hoping that we were going to get that tapioca pudding video this week. We did not. When we harvest the quail, though, do you want to do some of the butchering? We can't show everything on YouTube.
Yeah.
But we'll have to edit it. But do you want to do some of that this time on camera?
Yeah. And speaking of, we still have some quails in the freezer, and I was wondering, can we eat them?
Can we eat them? Yep, that's what Verna's saying. So Verna has her pickled quail egg book. She also has the other ones with the recipes. So we'll pick one of those. Okay. All right. Deal. All right, everyone. Blessings. Thank you for being here, moderating, Verna. Thank you, everyone that shows up for your support, whether you be here for the first time or the 100th. Mm-hmm. You guys make it excellent. You definitely bless our lives a lot. So we're going to play our like and subscribe. Make sure you do that. Make sure you turn the bell to all. And we'll catch you guys in your lives if you have them or other people's throughout the week. And other than that, we'll be back Saturday evening and next Sunday morning. So you guys have a good one.
Stay strong.
Stay strong. Shalom. Blessings, y'all. Oh, here, say it.
Stay strong and do things. Bless you all.
Go at this week with purpose.
Remember to hit the thumbs up and subscribe.
Gooey.
Party pooper.